and you're putting negative. No, look me in the eyes. You're putting negative energy out here. This is the last show of my. Look me in the eyes. This is the last. Look at me. It's the last show of my weekend. It's a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't do that.
All right, so this lovely lady we have here, I guess, is supposed to be a comedian, and this was the result of her attempting crowd work. Like, she tried goofing on some guy in the audience by acting like he was on a date with his friend he was there with, you know, insinuating that he's gay, and he didn't really like that, so then he insinuated that she's a hacky comedian, which then resulted in her proving she's a hacky comedian by flipping out and screaming in his face. You know, instead of her roasting him and trying to prove that she's funny, she just resorts to throwing a temper tantrum, which I guess is pretty funny, especially the fact that she posted the video herself and was acting like she owned the guy. You know, she thinks she handled this well, like she's proud of this, and she also acted like she was standing up to a bully or something, even though it's not like this guy just randomly started insulting her out of nowhere. You know, it's not like he just randomly heckled her. She started to show with him, you know, she started goofing on him a little bit, and I'm not saying he handled it well, but he just responded and roasted her, and she didn't know what to do, so she had a complete meltdown over it. And it's crazy because she also had the whole crowd on her side. I mean, she could have said anything to this guy and they would have laughed at him, but instead she chose to flip out. And of course, if you're doing crowd work, occasionally somebody might be annoyed by it. You know, they might not want to just go along with it, and they might roast you back, which she was not prepared for. Like, as soon as he did, she didn't know what to say, and you could tell it really got to her. And all the guy said was, "It's not my fault you ran out of material." But that touched a nerve, and then it seemed like she did run out of material because she didn't really have anything to say. So then she had to resort to her crazy bitch material, which at least she's got that down.
What? Wow. Whose idea was that? Oh my god, I love it! Okay, wait, what made you want to ask him? Huh?
Why are you making it sound like we're a couple?
Oh my god, don't get scared.
It's not my material.
What? Oh, it's not that. Wow, it's not that. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
I could leave right now if
Well,
I
I can
wanted.
roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get nothing. Whoa! Is that not
I see. So you were afraid because you felt like I was saying you're gay.
I can take the mic if you want.
It's okay, he's your new friend. Yeah, I have plenty of material that's embarrassing for you. Let's move on. Small dick energy, let's clap for him. I will say this, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There's so many people that came together to be supportive and fucking amazing, and you're putting negative, no, fucking look me in the eyes, you're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my, look me in the fucking eyes. It's the last show of my fucking weekend. It's a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't fucking do that. Can I have a drink, please?
Let's do a fucking shot.
Yeah, so she handled that real well. You know, she really proved him wrong. It's crazy that's what the crowd thinks. You know, they're cheering her on like she just destroyed the guy. I mean, her having that meltdown probably had a better reception from the audience than any of her comedy ever. You know, those people loved it, but I think everybody watching that was probably like, damn, she's just having a mental breakdown or something. Maybe comedy isn't the best idea for her. Like, people in the comments of her post are saying, this is one of the worst onstage meltdowns I've ever seen. This is funny, but probably not in the way you think. This isn't something you should be proud of. A career change might be good for you. And it's crazy that she decided to upload this video. You know, she thought this looked good on her part. But, I mean, you can't be this sensitive in comedy. You know, it sounds like she just expects everybody to be completely supportive and never say anything negative. Even though if you're doing crowd work and making fun of people in the audience, you should be prepared for somebody to potentially say something back. But I guess that's too much for her. You know, that guy just ruined the show. He put too much bad energy out there. You know, it's her job to make fun of people, not his. You know, he's just a civilian, so he should know his place. Like, she's the comedian here. You know, she really proved that by having a meltdown after the guy said she had no material. You know, I think she's more of just like an influencer. Like, she has over 1 million Instagram followers, so she seems to have a following. But I have a hard time believing people are following her for her comedy.
Give you your degree, like when you graduate, on like a giant piece of paper. I was furious. I threw it on the floor. I was like, you killed a tree for this?
Yeah, so she should probably just stick to yelling at people. That's much funnier. And if this is how she handles some guy at her show, I can't imagine how she reacted when Shane Gillis roasted her during a roast for Louis J. Gomez, who was dating her at the time. And instead of booking her for it, he booked his ex-girlfriend. You know, they're both comedians. And instead of booking his current girlfriend, he booked his ex, which is a bold move. I mean, I'm sure Louis got a ton of shit from her for it. And then Shane making this joke probably made it 1,000 times worse.
Natalie Cuomo is so unfunny, Louis booked him. Thanks, fellas.
So I can't imagine what Louis had to deal with after this. I mean, that must have been brutal. And it's funny because I saw this tweet about Natalie's freak out where somebody said, somewhere a man is watching this realizing he dodged a bullet, and that's probably Louis. So then after the guy got kicked out of the show, his friend was still there, and he messaged him about it. He's like, man, she is way too sensitive. And she took his phone and responded to it.
LOL, what a fucking clown. I did warn you I would get kicked out. Man, she is sensitive, especially for a comedian.
And then she goes on to give some speech about how you need to stick up for yourself and how negative comments affect her and how that was like a negative comment that came to life and she just can't deal with it. Which, if that's the case, again, maybe this isn't the best career for her. You know, I think every single comedian has had to deal with somebody like this, you know, or like a hostile crowd much worse than this. I mean, I'm sure compared to what most comedians have gone through, this probably isn't even that bad. You know, like Bill Burr in his Philadelphia rant, I mean, he took on a whole stadium of people, and by the end of it, he won them over just by roasting them. So that's what you'd expect a comedian to do in this situation, or at least try to do. You know, this is like part of comedy. You're going to get people like this, and it's probably good to learn how to deal with them instead of getting all offended and losing your shit and kicking them out. Like, that is the worst way to handle this. Like, you're gonna have to deal with people that are rude, especially if you're doing hacky crowd work. So it's better to try to actually turn it into comedy when somebody tries talking shit and not just fly off the handle right away. Like, obviously the guy was kind of being a dick, but if you're a comedian, you got to be able to handle this better. You know, she pretty much just proved his point. Like, he thought she's a hacky comedian, and she basically proved that by being way too sensitive and not coming up with any jokes to respond to him. And it's crazy because the crowd, other than him, were extremely supportive of her. You know, they're cheering and laughing at everything she said. So I don't know why she's so thrown off by one person who said something mean that the whole crowd was against. You know, she could have said whatever and the crowd would have cheered her on. So this would have actually been a good opportunity for her to roast this guy and get the W here and prove she's actually a comedian. But instead, she just got way too emotional and snapped.
And it's like, I feel like it's not fun when like a negative comment comes to life in the front row. It's something I deal with all the time online. It's like at a live show, it's not, I tell myself all the time, like, the live show is not negative comments. These are people that want to see me. So when it is in life, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. You know what I mean? So I thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, so hopefully she could learn to handle hecklers better, even though that guy wasn't even really a heckler. But at least I guess this was an entertaining show, and that guy she yelled at has a wild story to tell now. But let me know what you guys think about it all, and make sure you check out my Patreon account. There are over 120 videos on there, and I post every week. I'm about to post a new one about how Rogan's comedy friends are starting to turn on Elon Musk. You know, like Shane Gillis and Tim Dillon, they're starting to roast him. So make sure you check that out. There'll be a link in the description.
She never really is like actually like affectionate and like I love you so much and like you're everything.
Tell me what right now.
No.
Tell me what right now.
I love you, Wes.
Look how she said it. When she said, do you see how she said it? I love you, Wes. Like, it was like sarcastic. Like I've been through a lot, and like for someone like her in our house like this, a piece to like even want to argue with me. It's like, dude, just hug me, just chill. Like I'll kill everybody. Leave me the alone, you know. And so I just don't get why people don't get that with someone like that.
All right, so Wes Watson recently did a live stream that turned into an hour-long argument with him and his girlfriend because she isn't affectionate enough towards him. She doesn't want to have sex with him, and she keeps calling him names and making fun of him. I mean, this was wild. The guy isn't even trying to hide the fact that his relationship is a complete train wreck, and his girlfriend is clearly just with him for money. And it's like he wanted to prove to the audience that she doesn't really love him, but everybody already knew that. You know, it's like, wow, Wes Watson's former stripper girlfriend is only with him for money. What a shock. But it is crazy he'd want to show all this because, you know, his whole brand is him trying to be a badass and make people jealous of his life, which has been imploding for a while now, you know, both his life and his brand. But this is a new low. I mean, he's down bad. And imagine hiring this guy as your life coach. Like, he also needed Jack Doherty and his mom to try to mediate things. That's how desperate he is. He has this kid acting as his therapist. So these two are just a complete mess. It's crazy. They can't stand each other. It seems like they argue nonstop. And you could tell Wes was looking to start an argument during the stream. Like, he wanted Jack and his audience to see what he deals with and take his side. But of course, this just made them all look completely unhinged. Like, whenever you think Wes has hit rock bottom, he always finds a new low. It's incredible. And there are also rumors that he's selling his Bugatti, so he's been flipping out over that and coping over it. And then also, I think the IRS might be looking into him soon because during the stream, he admitted he doesn't pay taxes. He started bragging about that.
God, so no taxes?
Oh, fuck.
Turn the cameras off.
Yeah, facts.
Rather than paying my fucking money, they're tripping how much money they want from you. Holy shit. Yeah. And then I use creative ways to get rid of it. They get mad at that.
So he just can't keep his mouth shut. And before they went to Wes's house, while they're still out shopping together, Wes had to warn Jack that his girlfriend is on her period.
It's crazy. It was the craziest crib.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know.
What's going on where?
It was hectic before that.
Where?
At my house. It's my chick's period, dude. Whenever you chick, it's that time of my fucking leave. Oh, I'm going to lunch. Baby. It's all good.
Going to buy Bugatti wash.
I want to fight.
And I think Wes was on his period too. I mean, he always is. You know, he's always so emotional. And when they got to his house, you could tell he was just looking to start shit with his girlfriend. Like, he started talking about how his housekeeper is usually the one mediating things and acts as his therapist. So this poor lady has to deal with Wes flipping out every day and has to try to calm him down.
She's basically she's our mediator. She's she takes care of the house.
That's funny.
And she makes sure that everyone in the family is acting their best. You know, she's the mutual party that keeps us all good. I talk to her about all my problems. She understands like this much of it because she doesn't understand full English, but she gets it, and it's very helpful to have someone to talk to.
So whatever Wes is paying her, it's not enough. You know, you said she's there every day and has to take care of the kids sometimes too, even though Angie, I think, is a stay-at-home mom. Like, I don't know what these people are so busy with. You know, Wes just drives around in circles and shops all day, and she just sits next to the pool. And I guess when they're not doing that, they're just arguing. That's like a full-time job for them. So then Wes brings up how him and Angie get into giant fights all the time, which leads to a giant fight because she doesn't want to have sex with him and she complains too much about everything. So Wes just starts flipping out. And it's crazy, Angie's 3-year-old daughter is sitting there listening to all this.
Don't do that stuff, but then we blow up on each other and we forget everything we're saying.
But that happens.
Yeah, if you love someone, this is what I tell her. Hey,
When you love someone.
if I'm not going to argue with you about more sex or more physical intimacy or anything like that, you should be happy that I'm arguing with you about that. Because the guy who's not arguing with about that is doing it somewhere else.
Yes.
He's out getting it
that's
somewhere
the
else,
truth.
and that is what I'm not doing. So I'm very loyal. Like I don't cheat. But I mean, that's what a girl should, if your guy is really on your leg, like, hey, I want it more, hey, I want you more, hey, I want you more, that is a fucking good sign, because the guy who isn't doing that is fucking cheating on you. You understand that?
She's locked in right now. She's taking notes.
Well, no, the thing is, too, a lot of times guys don't, there's a difference between like when women need safety and then they open up. And
This is what guys don't need to understand.
They do though, because
No, but
if
don't
you make
have a guy
woman-
understand
you
that. This is
do.
a guy. If a guy doesn't hit you, doesn't cheat, and he pays the bills, shut the fuck up, because that's about as good as you're gonna get it.
No, that's why we go. That's why we go. Okay, that's why we go like this, because a provider is gonna provide mental, emotional,
Dude,
spiritual
don't ask a
safety.
guy who looks like this to provide it.
This is crazy.
That's why you are gonna level up on every other level when you do that inner work.
No.
Imagine you knowing how to.
Okay, that's like me telling her to make $10 million. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I go.
Yeah.
I should go make that bill.
Hold on, exactly.
Okay, fine.
Then teach me. Then show me.
I
and
do
then
teach
I
you.
can work on
And
it.
when I do teach you, I don't yell at you about it. I say, yeah, let's post this and do this. When they actually teach me, they yell at me and tell me I'm a piece of shit. They have a horrible way of teaching. Like,
I don't like teaching. I'm more of like just pick up on it after just being around.
You say what? Do you know how you talk online?
I don't talk to people that way on my coaching. They love me.
Yeah, and Angie did have a point there. You know, it's hilarious. Wes says yelling at people and calling them names is a horrible way of teaching, because that's exactly what he does. You know, people will pay him $3,000 a month and he'll just sit there yelling at them and calling them losers.
Whiny, nasally voiced motherfucker Kirk, who hasn't had his sign up in the first week, nobody's fucking with. This is the best coaching you'll ever get. Why the fuck do you think they're not signing up with you? Be honest.
I mean, I've had some people message me, and I've seen people, like, I've been posting
You're
consistently.
still talking about a strategy. Who's Kirk? Like, you honestly are like deserving a sign up in the first 2 weeks. Wait and ask why you didn't get your sign up. You get the difference, dog? You get it?
Yeah, I mean,
Get
so yeah, I get it. The reason I was asking the question was just because I feel like I haven't had a lot of guidance through the whole process. I feel like it was just kind of like,
Yeah,
There
that's
you
what
go.
you're going to say now. The other people with the same blueprint.
And it sounds like Angie treats him the way he treats his clients. Like, apparently she's always calling him names and starting shit with him. And it sounds like she just tries to egg him on. And when he starts raging, like, she clearly can't stand him and is with him for money. And now the money's starting to run dry. So I think that's why they're all stressed out.
There's women who aren't fucking saying fuck you and shit, and calling you a shit. There's women who don't call you a ass bitch. Like, there's women who don't do that.
Make a woman call you a fat ass bitch.
Dude, you
Ask
called
me.
everybody that. Everybody you've ever dated, you've called shit like that.
No, I haven't.
Every single
How
one.
would you know? He's so crazy. He always says, you did this in all your other relationships.
I know
You did
the
that.
guys.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. When I was in prison and someone called me a bitch, you have to them, okay? Like, if someone calls you, if in prison someone calls you a punk or a bitch, you have to them up. And so out here, when people are calling me a punk or bitch, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, stop. I don't know how to fucking take this. And they do it on purpose, knowing that I'm fucking mad, you know? And if you're making someone like me mad, like, why are you doing that? Like, hug a person like me. I came out of hell. Like, when I'm pissed off, hug me and say, babe, calm down. She won't do that. She'll be like, look at you. Instead of hugging me and saying, hey, I don't want you to be so mad. Like, I know you've been through hell. She'll never just hug me and tell me, fucking, it's going to be okay and chill. And I asked for it. I'm like, just hug me, just chill.
I can't hug someone who's like talking at me or yelling at
See,
me.
but
I don't go to that.
I talk like this. Do you guys think I'm talking at you or yelling at you? I talk like this. This is how I talk. When she watched my videos and didn't know me, it was like this. And then I still talk like this. This is just how I talk. I just talk like this. Like, even when someone confronts me, like, what? I didn't fucking do it. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I talk fast, and I talk like this. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking like that for? Talking at me. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just fucking like, what do I do? So
He's like a big scary man. He's like, I'm just talking. Stop running from me.
Yeah, so these two sound like they're parents of the year. You know, Angie has her kids around Wes while he's freaking out and talking about killing people, and she just eggs him on. I mean, this is out of control. And eventually, Angie does tell him that he has to be careful about what he says around her kids, because Wes starts talking about getting his dick sucked right in front of her 3-year-old daughter. But Wes is like, she's not listening. You know, she's distracted watching the PBD podcast on her iPad.
I can do that. I'm just going to start doing more streams with people and get them more. I'll make it so you want me more. Watch. I'll play that game double time.
It's not a-
I'm in a different city, bitch. What's up? No, I'm here. No, it's fucking a Bugatti, bitch. What's up? Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
that's just so,
Maybe.
that's so immature.
No, but it's not even a game. The only way guys, no, it's not a game.
That you just
The
said
only
that.
way guys cannot get what they want is to do something else. They have to redirect their energy. So if I really want to be with you physically and you're too tired, then I have to fucking go do something else to where I'm distracted. So I have to go do something with Jack and I might forget. If I'm at the house and you're at the house and I'm wanting my sucked and I can't get my fucking sucked, I'm pissed. Like,
yeah,
what the
fucking
fuck,
pissed.
you know?
Like,
and so this is the thing.
Then
like,
just go find another bitch. Be like, fine, you know what?
But I'm not trying to say it like that. She doesn't know what we're saying. She said in front of the baby.
Oh,
like the baby
I know,
knows.
but just a little bit of, you know, just a little bit.
I was gonna say BJ, but I forgot to. Alone time, you know. The baby doesn't know what we're saying. Jack going crazy, what they got?
Yeah, they're just saying crazy
No, this
shit.
made it way better. This is fucking awesome. You guys, hey, I'm glad you guys got to be part of our normal arguments. That's awesome. Because guess what? I don't give a fuck either way.
She was here too. Oh, we should have brought her.
Look, here's the thing. Oh, I love this woman to death. If she asks me to do something, I'll do it. If I'm fully wrong, I'll admit it. But the thing is I'm still just always gonna be me.
So this is such a shit show. I mean, imagine what they're like off camera. It's gotta be so much worse. So once their argument ended and Wes cooled down a little bit, him and Jack went to play on his bouncy castle to blow off some steam.
Oh,
my gosh! Fat boy!
So that's a behind the scenes look into the life of the massively famous Wes Watson. Let me know what you guys think, and make sure you check out my Patreon if you want to hear about Sam Hyde's crash out on Harlan Williams, or the downfall of the Stern Show, or Tim Dillon exposing Rogan's handler, or Rogan going off on a woke reporter who he thought was trying to infiltrate his comedy club, or if you want to hear about Wes Watson going on this racist rant. There's a lot of Wes Watson content on there. Make sure you check it out. There are 140 other exclusive videos, so if you enjoy the channel, it's definitely worth it. I'll put a link in the description.
Like, I tell her to fucking greet me when I come in the goddamn house or when I'm around to make sure that she shows she's attracted to me. And she doesn't really do it. And that's a problem we have. What do you want me to do that I don't do?
To me, just aware that I'm a mom and the baby is like...
But that's no excuse. Like, I need to be addressed. That's it. I don't need 15 minutes. I don't need 30 minutes. I need to be addressed in a certain way often. And people are like, why? So that I don't have to get it from other bitches. Because I'm going to get attention from women. And that's what I'm going to do. So either you're going to give it to me or someone else is. So
have it all.
See, the point is
have it all.
Make sure you give your man attention.
All right, so we have this TikToker known as Bevo who went viral last year for this TikTok where he was doing a food review and he ate a roasted potato without really chewing it. That's what he's known for. That's his claim to fame. But then he obviously started to fall off because I don't know where you really go with that. But instead of him getting a job or living a more modest life, he decided to take the Adam 22 route, and he's resorted to being a cuck. That's this guy's career. He ate a potato, went viral, got 1 million TikTok followers, but couldn't capitalize on it. So now he's resorted to humiliating himself for attention. That's how desperate Bevo is to stay relevant. So he first talked about his lifestyle when he went on this podcast, and it was just brutal. I mean, he was trying to brag about it and act like he's got the life everybody wants, and he thought this would sound cool or something, but everybody was just cringing. It's hard to watch.
What does that look like for you guys since you're in an open relationship?
Just sex galore.
Sharing friends.
She brings me friends, I'll bring her friends. Parties.
You bring her male friends?
Yeah.
Have you always been into like this open dynamic?
Not really, no, until I met this slag here and the whole new world opened up, you know. So yeah, it's been amazing. It's been the best 3 months of my life. So
she kind of convinced you to make it open?
Not really. She just made me open my eyes and live life a bit, you know. And it's just, again, I don't want to live that boring life. I don't want to have to get up at silly o'clock in the morning and get home at silly o'clock of the night for basic money. I want to live life, make money, and do a lot of shagging. So yeah, why not?
Well, couldn't you do that but still have a monogamous relationship?
No. What's the point in that? That's not fun. What's the point
of having one person?
Yeah, so I guess since Bevo doesn't want to work a normal job, he has his girlfriend hook up with other guys. That's his logic. But I don't know if he really realized how embarrassing this would be. I mean, you never live this shit down. Like Adam 22, Sneeko, and Destiny, those guys will forever be labeled cucks, and they probably hear it all day on social media. But Bevo, he chose to go down that route, and he decided to admit all this on a podcast, which is a bold move. I mean, only Bevo would see Adam 22 pimping out his wife and be inspired by it. Like, he somehow thought this was going to go well.
So, you are a cuck.
Define a cuck, please.
A cuck is a person who purposely allows their women to get by other men.
For money, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wait. You wouldn't let her sleep with other men if they weren't paying her?
No, they're not paying her. Let's get that right. We make content. We get paid for content. So, yes, we involve other people because it makes more money.
So you do let other men f*** your woman on purpose,
yeah, and
right?
she lets me f*** other women.
Sure. I understand that.
Yeah.
But you would be a cuck, correct?
I just don't like that saying, but we do it.
I mean, I'm sure you don't, but I mean, that's what a cuck is somebody who lets another man purposely f*** their woman, right? That's a cuck.
Yeah, if I'm a cuck, I'm a cuck, yeah.
I don't think Andrew's trying to insult you. I think he's
I'm just trying to clarify it.
Again, it's what it is, isn't it? Again, we're young. We're probably in a better position than you was when you was 23. Again, no throwing shade, but I just don't feel like being a slave to a religion is going to get you anywhere in life. It's good praying, it's good doing your thing, but I just want to live life at earn money and be happy.
I mean, it's way better to let people f*** your old lady. All self-respecting men do that.
It takes me on flights. It takes me to buy a house. It takes me to buy a car. It takes me to buy the jewelry I've got on. It takes me to buy the clothes I've got on. So if I believe in God and I'm poor,
that's really expensive money to allow the person that you're in love with to get dishonored by other men.
We enjoy it.
You enjoy? Why? Okay, so now we're in a different level. So you enjoy the fact that your old lady gets...
I enjoy sex, she enjoys sex, other people enjoy sex, so why not? Let's just have fun.
So I don't think Bevo really knew what he was getting himself into here, because he ended up walking off, and then afterwards he made a video addressing it where he said he was doing a character and was just lying about everything, which even if that's the case, it's still extremely weird. Like, who in their right mind would think it's a funny bit to go on a podcast and act like a cuck? So, either way, he's still just choosing to embarrass himself. And I don't think it is a bit. Like, he also said he was paid to say that stuff, which definitely isn't true, because he's still choosing to act like this, which I'll talk about later. But after this podcast appearance, I think he just needed to act like it was all a joke because he got a lot of backlash from it and it was just embarrassing as hell. So afterwards, he was down bad. Like, he said he's going broke, probably because his girlfriend won't give him any money. He said he might have to get a normal job. And he said his parents and family members have all seen the podcast appearance. So things are not going well.
I feel violated, I'm not going to lie, because it feels like, from me, I look like a devalued man. Again, my grandparents come from a Christian household. My dad's moaned at me for this whole podcast. Family members have seen this podcast, and yeah, again, I've watched it back and it doesn't look good, which is annoying. But again, what can you do? I got told what to say, and me, being the nice beaver I am, I've just run with it and made myself look like a complete mug. Lying, trying to make a character, trying to be like these other influencers, and it's all backfired. It is all backfired. I've beefed the wrong people. My relationship is rocky now because I'm not earning money, putting pressure on her. And I'm just getting a lot of hate, and I just don't think I can act this anymore. I really don't. And I think I'm going to give it a day or two and see where my head's at, whether I go back to work or carry on doing this. Because don't get me wrong, I can earn steady eventually from this, but at the minute it's dreadful. I had a nightclub, no one turned up. Sophia's been out all day today, sitting in the house, can't do anything, I've got no money. I just feel like TikTok has ruined my life a bit. I do apologise to anyone that I have said anything about, because it is humbling. It is very humbling, and my time has come. And I was training for 6 months. It was a great 6 months, but it's all come crashing down. And
yeah, so it seemed like he learned his lesson here and realized how embarrassing this all was and finally had some self-awareness. But of course, nothing's changed and it's only gotten worse. But he was trying some new content for a little, like these street interviews where he just runs up to people and asks them if TikTok is a real job or if they'd let their girlfriend do OF. And then when they'd say no, he'd be like, yeah, well, I'm making 20K. But of course, this was not going very well.
Listen, what do you think of TikTok? Is it a job? Is TikTok a job?
No, mate.
Why? It's a joke.
Yeah, I don't want to be on video.
When I'm earning 20 grand a month?
I don't want to be on video.
I respect it. Have a good one. That's why I never make money, because you don't want to be on video. Brother, listen, you've got all the verbal. I'll get you on camera. Why are you giving Bevo stick?
You just fucking stink, mate.
Stink? But why? Well, why are you lying, and why are you being disrespectful to people? You're crumbling, man.
Shut up.
Crumbling.
Shut up.
Crumbling. Crumbling, but they crumble out here. They can't act like I make dough, bro. Enjoy work Monday, mate, or if you're not unemployed, yeah? Would you date a spicy model?
No, never.
Why?
Because I care about my life. I care about my future.
My missus makes 70 grand a month.
Yeah, but everyone can see her for like £2 a month. So.
But in 10 years' time, no one's going to care?
Tell that to your kids.
My kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to live in a nice house and have nice cars.
Yeah, but your wife's an OF model, so.
I want to live good, innit? Everyone wants to live good, no one wants to work.
Yeah.
And if she's looking after me, why not?
Me personally, I care about more than money.
I respect that.
Me personally, like, I can make my own money. I'd rather make 50k a year and not have everyone see my wife. That's just me personally.
Yeah, so he gave that a shot, but I guess it wasn't embarrassing enough for him, so now he's taking the cuck bit to the next level. It's crazy. I thought he felt some shame the first time. I thought he was embarrassed about it, but he just cannot give it up. You know, he needs to humiliate himself so he can afford to buy these ridiculous outfits and fly in first class. You know, he needs that so badly. He'll make a TikTok begging another man to hook up with his girlfriend. Like, he's fully committed to the cuck bit this time. He said he even wants to sit in the corner and watch. That's how down bad this guy is.
Right, guys, I need your help. And Sophia needs your help too. I need everyone to tag Jason Love. Sophia's dream collab
BBC content
is to collab with Jason Love. And I want to sit in the corner and watch. So make sure you tag him down below. We need to find out where he is. He's somewhere in Miami. Yeah, and let's just make the dream collab happen. It will be her first BBC content. She's gagging for it. It's going to be like chucking a sausage down an alleyway. Jason Love's all for it. We need to reach out to him, so make sure to tag him down below. Any other corn stars in Miami, let me know. Sophia's here, Sophia's there, Sophia's everywhere. But yeah, Jason Love, we need you, brother. You can only do her if I can sit in the corner and watch. So make sure to get in contact, Instagram or on here. I've DM'd you on TikTok. She's up for it.
Yeah, so that's what Bevo's up to. It's crazy what people do for money and to try to stay relevant. Like, I don't think it can get much worse than that. And his girlfriend is just terrible for him. I mean, she's destroying this man. Like, she probably tells him if he wants to get paid, he has to help drive traffic to her OF. And of course, the only way he can do that is by embarrassing himself and acting desperate and pathetic.
Dinner.
Miami dinner.
We're back together. Yay. Love you. What?
Big toes if you need help.
Right, she's out in Miami, she's seeing Mr. Jason while we're eating tacos, so big up LA, big up Danny D. How was Danny D?
Amazing.
Yeah, treating her to a nice breakfast in the morning. Or let's just say she's treating me.
Yeah, so that's a sad existence. I mean, Bevo needs to get out of that relationship. This is just terrible. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And make sure you check out my Patreon account. There's over 100 exclusive videos on there. I just talked about how Ben Shapiro is trying to start a beef with Bill Burr. And Bert Kreischer exposed Tom Segura for taking Ozempic. So if you like the channel, it's definitely worth checking out. There's a lot of content to go through. I'll put a link in the description.